tell us exactly what is the Vithulkas Compass project.
It's a brand new decision support system to help classical homeopaths find the simillimum. And it's totally internet-based, nothing to install on your PC, and it's characterized by unique accuracy. So my name is Eleftherios Chatzakis. I'm the managing director of VithulkasCompass.com.
Yep.
And VithulkasCompass.com is an innovative expert system. It has just been launched commercially since the 18th of May. And the main thing about it is the maximum success rate, the maximum accuracy. So Vithulkas Compass is built from ground up. It's a greenfield project. And it is actually a subscription-based service through the internet. So there's nothing to install, nothing to actually fear about. And it works marvelously across all devices, both mobile phones, Android phone, iPad, iPhone, plus PC and Mac, of course. So the main thing that makes it unique is the maximum success rate. That's it. That's the main thing of the expert system and the software itself.
And so this is a big development. This is something that's been brewing for a while. How did you do it?
Well, actually, it's not one single project. And it's not only the question on how we did it, it's also a question of why we did it. So, first of all, there is a, the professor himself witnessed and realized that little by little there was too much noise coming into the science. And this noise actually misled, and people had problem finding the simillimum and finding the correct remedy. And homeopathy, because of that, started losing ground. So this was a realization from the professor himself, that homeopathy has gone astray from its principles, from its classical Hahnemannian, scientifically based principles. So that was the first thing. The second thing was that we, before embarking on this journey, we actually had a look on all that was available on the market. Yes? And we benchmarked it against real cases supplied by Professor Vithulkas. And we saw that the results were not satisfactory. They were not. So we said we could do better. We can produce something that will indeed find the remedy. It wasn't easy. The professor was skeptical at first. We started back in 2007 with a group of 7 people, and they were charged with producing the first prototype. The first prototype performed remarkably well. The professor was really impressed, and he gave the green light. So then an intense meetings, iterations, and going back and forth, developing little by little the expert system in a cooperation with the professor, who supplied his knowledge, and he also supplied benchmarking cases to us to actually prove with real cases the effectiveness of the expert system and the accuracy. And it's not just the expert system. The project is actually threefold. We're talking about an expert system, but no expert system could be accurate enough without the correct repertory. So we started developing a repertory from scratch ourselves. We had a team of 16 people employed full-time for more than 2 years, checking by hand, rubric by rubric, the repertory. And we also had the professor supplying his own unique knowledge in the weights, especially for the keynote symptoms in the repertory. He has gone in there and has checked himself the weights. And I can tell you that we're not using decimal weight. We're using decimal weights. We're not using integer weights. It's just a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? There's a lot of space between 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the professor gave us this knowledge. So one is the development of the expert system against real-world cases. Second is the development of a repertory that's, let me find the word, that's it's steered towards providing the repertory, the expert system with maximum accuracy. Yes? And the third thing that we developed is the internet platform. And we have an internet platform that is unique in its own sense because it provides a desktop-like experience. So like you have a very solid desktop program, but this is on the web. And I can tell you for sure, to do this, it has proven very difficult to have a website mimic desktop functionality and robustness. So it was 3 projects in one.
So all of the things that might have been in, say, additions to the synthesis or additions from new remedies that have been proven in the last 20 years, they might have been extracted out of that repertory that you're building.
Well, let me be a bit, we have followed a different approach. Yes? We believe that there has been a lot of noise entering in the repertories nowadays.
Yes.
There's a common saying between homeopaths that the oldest the synthesis, the better. So when we asked the professor about that, because I was there, it's almost 7-8 years now, we asked him about that. He said, well, gentlemen, I managed to have excellent results in my life just using Kent. So the question when we actually sat down, because as I told you, we also benchmarked before embarking on this, and we saw what was on the market. Yes? So the question for us was not how big of a repertory. The question for us was, can we find the remedy? Can we benchmark ourselves against thousands of real-world cured cases and have real data on our hands that our expert system finds the remedy that cured the case? So for us, repertory size, repertory authors, we are not a company that focuses on numbers. We have millions of rubrics and thousands of authors. In fact, we believe that it's misleading, that homeopaths have a problem actually finding where the ground is on the repertory, what is solid scientific and what is hearsay.
This is a unique approach. Tell us about the other unique aspects about the project that you've been working on.
Ooh, there are many. First of all, the accuracy of the expert system is by itself something unique, but it's not the only unique feature in the software. We also have the differential diagnosis. I really don't think there is a software out there that can actually guide the homeopath to clear the picture of a case. Because this is how the professor works. He initially starts with a brief interview of the patient, and then from the initial symptoms, he homes down into probably 3 to 5 potential remedies. And then he starts asking questions about confirming or releasing each remedy. So this is the differential diagnosis mode. And our software mimics that. So once we have a nice initial clinical image of the patient inside the system, then the homeopath can ask the system to propose him questions about it. And the questions will be relating to the most probable remedies. So the unique accuracy, and then we have, that's the first thing. The second thing is the differential diagnosis, which is adding up to the unique accuracy, because if you actually extract the correct symptoms from your patient, there's no way you can't home on the exact remedy. So the differential diagnosis is really a very, very strong pillar of the expert system itself and of the software.